Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. This is for Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 2. We're in Nashville and it's called Runaway, Groom. No groom ran away, so I don't I don't understand the name, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all already know what to do. If you're new or if you're not, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button because you know I'm trying to grow my channel. And please don't forget to like the video and comment to help push my video through this crazy YouTube algorithm. All right, so let's jump into it. Y'all know the weddings they've gotten boring. It used to be something to look forward to. Now it's not, but we got to suffer through until we get to the honeymoons. So we pick up where we left off with Kirsten and Shaquille, and we're at their wedding ceremony. Shaquille is like nervously laughing, and Kirsten got an attitude, and I'm like, she's not attracted to this man, just as we suspected. She was like, "Oh, so you do have something to say? Like, why are you laughing?" Like, but she kind of had an attitude about it, and he was just like, "No, it's just you're beautiful. Like, God knew exactly what He was doing when He made you. Like, oh my gosh, you are my type." And he was giving her all this praise, and I was just loving it. And she's like, "Oh, thanks." Like, ooh. I don't know. It's giving like Miles and Karen, maybe. I don't know. We always hold on to Jamie and Doug. We always hold on to Jamie and Doug with the fact that she wasn't attracted to him, and now here they are a billion years later with kids and everything. So it's too soon to tell. But right now, they purposely picked somebody that was not her type. I don't know what man could be her type with that laundry list she got, but I mean, okay. After they said their vows, Kirsten gave him the cheek kiss. Like he leaned in and she gave him the cheek. And we know that she told her homegirls if she gives him the cheek, that means she ain't interested. So there's that. Afterwards, they talk and Kirsten said Shaquille, he's bald. He's younger than her. And that's two strikes right there. He's younger than her by 1 year. Like, I feel like once you get in your 30s, like, come on, stop it. But she just looking for a reason. But she said his personality outweighs, his physical, his exterior. And I'm like, he's not a bad looking guy. I think it's the bald head that's really just like, I think she's wanted a reason to not like him, honestly. Everyone else is trying on their wedding day attire. Snooze fest. One thing that stuck out to me was Arius. He was saying he wishes his dad was there, and he again talks about the fact that he didn't have a father figure in the household. Him and his dad were close, but we know that he was murdered in '94 when Arius was 11. So he just, besides watching TV, he didn't have that example of marriage, healthy relationships, or a father figure in the home. And I think it's heavily affecting him. He's almost 40, and it seems like it's going to affect their relationship. We really got to dig into people's backgrounds when we get with them because it does play a part into how they're going to act as a husband, a father, etc. Jasmine's mom was also diagnosed. She has a issue herself. Her mom was diagnosed with breast cancer 3 months prior. So her mom is just grateful and happy to even see her trying on dresses, and they're just happy she's there to see this wedding day. I don't know what stage it's in. It's very disappointing. It seems like there's an influx of cancer going on or something. Like, definitely pray for your loved ones. And that's why we have to take these moments so seriously. Like, tomorrow is not promised. We don't have forever in a day. And so, if you're in love and you're ready to do it, just do it. You don't know if your father is going to be there to walk you down the aisle or your mother's going to be able to see you trying on your wedding day gear. So I say do it while you can. It's Nicole and Chris. Oh, wait a minute. I did want to say about the other people, the dresses. Jasmine's dress, Dominique's dress. Didn't like it. The tuxes, like I feel like Clint was trying on this little suit, like the blue one he walked out with. I was like, okay, that's nice. And his friends were like, oh no, try on that, wear that gray one. It looks like you're going to an interview. Like, look, it's giving Men's Warehouse. Like the men, what they had on, I wasn't feeling it. But it's done with. So here we are, Nicole and Chris' wedding day. Chatty Nicole, she looks gorgeous with her makeup and her hair. I really like the aesthetics of it all. And they exchanged gifts. So obviously we didn't see everybody giving gifts. So that means that, there's some really good gifts. Chris was very intentional Chris. I said, ooh, we all want a Chris, don't we? He gave her an engagement ring. I guess they not using JamesAllen.com this year, but he gave her a ring. They exchanged a few more sentimental gifts. Like she got him a bracelet and he got her something, and it had meaning to it, and so that was nice. Chris did really good. He really put a lot of thought and effort into it with someone he don't even know. Meanwhile, you be lucky to get a string. You would be happy to get some flowers from a man you've been with for years. Child, it's crazy. So Nicole gets all choked up because she's like, he was so thoughtful. She hasn't even experienced this with men she's dated that she's picked for herself. Yet some man that the experts pick for her that she's never even met can put all this effort into it. Now I'm glad she ain't settled. So Chris doesn't, he said he doesn't want his bride to be taller than him, and he wants her to have a pretty smile. He's 6'2", so I feel like, okay, don't count us tall girls out now. But he does an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression, and let's never do that again. I was taken aback. I didn't know what that was. I didn't like it. Let's not do it. But Nicole, she seemed like she probably would laugh at something like that. Side note, Nicole did say on the after party, one of her members of her bridal party, like they popped open a bottle of champagne and like turned towards her and it splashed out like it always does, and it like gave her a champagne shower, like it from head to toe got all over her, ruined her makeup, everything. So she was upset, but she did not let it show. I couldn't tell on the screen. It didn't come across on the screen. Like I didn't realize anything happened with her makeup. She looked fine to me. And I'm glad she didn't let it affect her day, because I would have lost it if something like that happened on my wedding day that's going to be on a national TV show. So good for her for pushing forward and going through. She said, I'm getting my husband, honey, champagne shower or not. I mean, there was one season of Married at First Sight. I think that was, I don't know, they were in Florida or something. They had their ceremony outside and it was pouring and they made them people go outside. It was crazy. So after their vows, they kiss. And Clint and Gina's wedding day arrives. Another boring one, but Gina is nervous. She's like, oh, I feel like I may vomit. Like, it was a lot. Her nerves was getting the best of her. And during the ceremony, they exchange vows. Gina's dog comes out and brings the rings. I don't know. I thought the dog like moment was gonna be more than it was. Like, it didn't give what I thought it was gonna give. Like, everybody was just like, okay. Like, they was just dry about it. Like, I guess we don't got no dog lovers in the house. But they exchange their vows and they kiss, which was funny because I'm just going to bring up the after show again. I don't normally do it, but I'm going to do it. She said she wasn't attracted to him. I honestly don't even know if he was attracted to her because he didn't compliment her. He didn't make mention of her being pretty or anything. Like Chris said, he thought Nicole was pretty. Like, we know that Shaquille was interested in his wife because, I mean, my goodness, like, she took his breath away. And I mean, they were saying like, oh, he was looking at her, like, oh, look how he's looking at you. When he didn't say nothing, like, you got to tell me. I mean, I can't read your mind. I just met you. They kissed though, even though she wasn't attracted to him. So, Kirsten, you could have gave that man like a little peck or something. Like, she had to make it all awkward and uncomfortable, like she did. I mean, he played it off, but it was a little cringy. So they're talking, and she says she owns a hair salon, and then she says, well, what do you do? And he says, what do I do as far as what? Like, what do I do for fun? What do I do as a hobby? What do I do for work? And she's like, well, I mean, like I said, I own a hair salon. So, hello, you know what I mean? There's that. And I'm like, what was that condescending nonsense? I didn't like that. I mean, that was unnecessary. He said he works in tech. All that was just uncalled for, but okay. So they realize they live in the same building. He has a high-rise condo. She has a high-rise condo. He said it sounded like he didn't want to work, so I guess he'll be going to her condo. And he said he's the 8th generation sailor. He cares more about that, much more about that, than what he does for a living. I can tell this is going to get mentioned a lot. And again, he's giving me Mitch vibes. Mitch did. Itch, okay? But again, I don't know if they're attracted to each other. It just looked like what it was. Two strangers just conversing. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, Chris and Nicole are over there looking like they've been together for a minute. They bond over his dogs, which are now their dogs. She has a dog. He got 2 big dogs. So I hope the dogs get along. Alexis and Justin got me scarred after that little dog fiasco last season. Chris explains like he has a missing piece of his finger. He said it was like a work related incident that, caused that to happen. And, she was like, it doesn't bother me. And he said it doesn't bother her. And they moved on. And I'm glad he addressed it right away. Like, I was dating someone. We weren't in a serious relationship or anything, but I dated someone years ago and he had nubs. And I never knew, like, what that was about. And after a while, so much time passed, I was too nervous to ask, like, was you holding, like, a firecracker and it exploded in your hand? Like, what happened? Like, it was, like, a couple of nubs. And he would always hide his hand or put it in his pocket. And it's like, I'm not blind. Like, I see those nubs. But child, he never told me. I never did get the answer. It will forever be a mystery. So I'm glad he addressed this right away. Because of course she don't care, honey. As long as you got your ring on, that's all she care about. Then we see Jasmine in the area. This is his wedding day. I hope I'm saying his name right. Child, still early. I get it. And he looking out the window. He's talking about bye to the streets. It should have been bye to the streets when you apply for the process. Or at least bye to the streets when they told you got selected. Should have been bye to the streets back then. That cousin might be on or something. He ain't ready. He about to be 40, but he ain't ready. Mentally, he's 20. Okay? Woody, like, okay, the difference between him and Woody for me, when Woody got matched, Woody was like, no, I'm all in. I'm serious. He seemed like he playing. Like, he wanted to get some exposure so he can, get famous on Instagram or something. That's what I'm getting right now, today, anyway. But y'all let me know what y'all thinking in the comments. 2 more weddings to go, y'all. Let me know. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.